Hello and welcome to the vlog. A bit of a different vlog this time round because firstly, I'm not actually on the boat. Secondly, I'm not even near the boat. I've got in the car and driven all the way down to Banbury so that I can bring you the vlog from the bottom of a lock. Through the middle of the town of Banbury runs the Oxford Canal on its north-south route from Oxford to Coventry. History abounds here, this boatyard having been in use since 1778. Today, modern life is just a step away, a large shopping centre on the canal bank. And for a handful of days in December, a chance for shoppers to learn more about the heritage on their doorstep, as volunteers and staff from the Canal and River Trust set up shop whilst the town centre lock was drained and vital maintenance work undertaken. The lock, which lifts or lowers boats by almost 6 feet, was last emptied 17 years ago, and now the lock gates need a little TLC. A health and safety nightmare, no doubt, but a terrific opportunity for the Trust to show members of the public what goes on in a lock and how they're kept in working order. The main focus, these massive wooden gates and their leaks, which need sealing up.
On the steel fits that you see on the gates, we'll put some raddle or some water-based paint around the steel bits on the gate, and then we'll bring the mitered gates round together, and then we'll be wedging those up with some steel wedges. And the wedges, when you wedge the gates up, simulates the water pressure, and we can then see where that paint, where it makes an impression on the wood and where it doesn't. And then we'll go along and chisel off the high spots on the wood until we've got a complete impression all the way around the frame, which is a bit similar to fitting a door to a door frame basically. Then hopefully at the end of the job we'll have a reasonably watertight seal.
This is very traditional work, done largely by hand.
Across the sill we can do it with an electric plane, but up the sides where it's quite narrow you can't get a plane in there, so we'd have to use what we call a fitting chisel, which is a 2-inch wide wood chisel. So we're then planing off or chiseling off those bits on the where we've highlighted it with the raddle or the paint that we've put on. You can then chisel those bits off.
At either end of the lock, hoses writhing with furious life take any dribbles of water back out while we're all inside the lock, pumps on constant duty to ensure the lock stays dry. Just a set of wooden planks keeps the canal water at bay. Each one is individually numbered and marked so that they can be assembled in precisely the right sequence. Get it wrong and the water would rush in. Hence these chiselled notches in the top and bottom of each plank, marking which other plank they should lie against. It's not rocket science, and it's not a new idea either.
This is 237-year-old technology and it still works. The stop planks that are holding the water back from us being sort of, getting rather wet today are in grooves that were grooved out 237 years ago. So it worked then and it's working now.
The emptied lock is also a rare chance for staff to survey its general condition. Some repairs, like these sandbags, clearly temporary. Others somewhat odd.
The lock ladders were put in again as a safety feature 20 to 25 years ago, and for some reason they weren't put in to the bottom of the lock chamber. So it's a bit like being in a swimming pool. If you've only got the ladder at chest height, you've got to get your feet onto the ladder. So we're extending lock ladders where they need to be extended.
The typical life of a lock gate is 20 to 25 years. These ones, now 17, are hoping to last at least another 5 with the fettling that's underway. Altogether across England and Wales, this rolling programme of maintenance costs £45 million. No shortage of interest from passers-by, and the Trust missing no opportunity to plug its message of community involvement.
We have several issues here, not just the vegetation management, but towpath condition, and generally through places like Banbury, making sure that we can work with the community to make it the best place it can be, so tackling some of the antisocial behaviour problems and fly tipping. From our point of view, we want to do more. We're a charity, so obviously we have limited resources, and the way we go about that is by talking to communities, talking to customers, they give us ideas, but they also organise brilliant working parties that allow people to get more involved. So if people are saying to us, that vegetation doesn't work for us, it needs to be more sensitive to this area, we can start to work on that and organise volunteering to suit.
In case you're wondering, this is what the bottom of the lock actually looks like. Just plain concrete and actually surprisingly clean. This engraving at the top is a memorial to a bomb that hit in World War II. On a lighter note, if you've ever wondered where you lost your mobile phone, maybe it's here, 8 retrieved from the murky depths, and a pair of handcuffs too. Almost 1,500 people came to take a peek over the open days. If you didn't, it looks like 2020 could be your soonest next chance. So that is how you maintain a lock, and there's similar activity taking place at locks throughout the canal network over the winter shutdown period. Hope you found it interesting. If you did, and if you're logged into YouTube, do give it a click on the old like button, it's always very much appreciated. Any comments or questions, leave them below and I will do my best to answer. Thanks for watching, bye bye.